Video Sports lists players from high desert schools in Major League Baseball. The list of Major League players from high desert high schools began with Jason Thompson of Apple Valley, who was an all-star first baseman his rookie season with the Detroit Tigers. Thompson, a three-time all-star. Thompson's Major League career spanned 11 years. His towering home runs with the Tigers earned him the nickname Rooftop Thompson. Apple Valley High School graduate Ryan Christensen played 6 years in the major leagues and is currently managing the Oakland A's AA Midland Rockhounds in the Texas League. High desert ball players in the major leagues today include Jason Vargas of Apple Valley, starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals. Aaron Sanchez, 2010 graduate of Barstow High School, drafted in the first round by the Toronto Blue Jays. Former Barstow Aztec Dino Ebel begins his 4th season as bench coach for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. KVVB-TV 33 and Tim Harris at Angels Spring Training. Tim Harris interviews Barstow baseball icon and Angels bench coach Dino Ebel.
Are you going to be a manager pretty soon?
Well, that's the goal. You know, it's always been set goals in this game, and I've always wanted to be a third base coach, which I did for 8 years.
Right.
Now I always wanted to be a bench coach, which I'm on my 3rd year. And then the ultimate goal is to manage a club one day.
Of course. And you're, 3-0 now as a manager?
Yeah, that's what they tell me. I always joke with Soch, I come in and get the save. So.
Yeah, right.
But
there you go.
It's a blast, and being on this staff and learning every day. And
that's the big thing. What do you try to impart to the ball players other than hang in there like at your clinic? Okay. I know I read in the paper that you said, don't be afraid of what you're doing. And be confident, because there are ball players in the major leagues from Barstow.
And there's no doubt. And if you can just keep it simple, keep it in your mind, it's just a baseball game that you've done your whole life as a kid, high school to college to minor leagues into the big leagues. We try to keep it simple. Don't put any pressure on the guys. There's a lot of pressure now in today's game, putting up all the numbers and getting paid high dollars, but we just try to keep the game simple, have fun doing it, and prepare them. They're prepared with scouting reports now from our advanced scout.
Right.
Daily meetings with position players, pitchers, and outfielders. So when the game starts, it's time to play game, and try not to think up there, and just do what what you're blessed to do and God-gifted ability, and go out and help your team win.
Okay, one of the questions Terry had was, do you think teenagers who want to pursue a baseball career should focus exclusively on baseball, in high school that is, or should they be encouraged to participate in other sports as well?
Well, I think when you get to the high school level, I played 2 sports. I was a basketball and baseball guy, and I think if I'm hearing and I'm starting to see guys are getting burned out now. A lot of baseball. Back when I was playing baseball up in the high desert, we never had travel ball at the time, back in the 70s or 80s. But I encourage to play as many sports as you can in high school. Now, maybe your senior year, your junior, senior year, if you know deep down, I knew my junior year, I still played my senior year, but I wasn't going to be a basketball guy, so I started to pay more attention to baseball. But have fun. You're only in high school. As a freshman through your senior year, play as many sports as you can. And you know what? When you get to college or your senior year, if you're good in baseball, if you're good in basketball, if you're good in football, you're going to get a scholarship. And then everything, put it aside. You go to school, now it's time to get your grades and focus on the sport that you're there to get the scholarship.
Exactly. We think about, if you go back and you think about, playing ball at San Bernardino Valley College.
Yes.
Then you went to Florida.
Florida Southern.
Southern, right.
Yes.
And from there you went to the Dodgers drafted you, right?
Yes, 1988.
Right. Who do you look at as your greatest influence in the game?
Well, that's a tough one, because coming up through, I'm always going to revert back to my dad. He's the one he's the one that got us, my brother and I, sports, and we followed him. He was a sports guy. But, after I signed signed with the Dodgers, man, I can sit here and name you a lot of names. from Johnny Roseboro and Johnny Padres and Sandy
Wow.
Koufax and
Wow.
Don Drysdale. And,
Yeah.
you know, those guys were coming in talking to us about the game and how to play the game the Dodger way.
Right.
But growing up in the game of baseball, I think my number one guy was Pete Rose.
Really?
Yeah, I was a Pete
Outstanding.
Rose fan, the way he played the game.
A lot of us are.
Yeah, you know, he hustled, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that's the way. My dad told me that's the way you play the game,
Right.
and that's who my idol was. And it's unfortunate what he's gone through in his
Oh, it
career.
is. Right.
But I came up a big Pete Rose fan.
Right. Cool. That's really good. How did you make the transition from the Dodgers to the Angels?
In 2004, I was managing Double-A in Jacksonville, Florida, with the Dodgers, and then 2005. I was going to go to Las Vegas with the 51ers at the time. I
Right.
lived in Las Vegas, and the Angels called the Dodgers for permission for me to manage their AAA team. So the
Very
Dodgers
good.
let me go. Terry Collins was our field coordinator.
Oh, cool.
With the Mets.
Right, right.
And he said, we're going to give you permission to go talk to the Angels, and I did. And about 2 weeks later, I decided to leave the Dodgers and come with the Angels and be the AAA manager in Salt Lake.
In Salt Lake, right.
And then I got the break when Joe Madden the following year went to the Tampa Bay, and then Mike Scioscia called me up to be the third base coach.
Cool.
So
Okay.
that's where it all started.
What the obvious question would be, how do you like working with Scioscia?
Oh man, it's just great. It's baseball-wise smart. You know, I knew a little bit of him when he was with the Dodgers. I was coaching and I was playing actually in the minor leagues. He was a catcher with the Dodgers at the big league level. But just being around him, baseball mind and the experiences that he's gone through, and he's great to talk to, great communicator, pays attention to detail, all the stuff that I watch, and through the years that I've watched other coaches and managers, he's just he's at a different level. How he prepares himself
Right.
each day, how he communicates,
Right.
how he manages the game. So these now being beside him during a game, being his bench coach, we're constantly talking baseball and picking his brain.
Cool.
And he
That's
picks
really
mine
good.
a lot too. He always asks me what
Well,
I'm thinking.
When we're watching you on TV, we
Yeah.
see you guys talking all the time, you know.
Yes.
What are they saying? You know, it's got to be.
It's all baseball.
I know. You know, I know they're not talking about other stuff.
Desert, if it's Barstow, Apple Valley, Victorville, there's always talent there. Seems like a lot of kids either go to Division I, Division II, Division III schools.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We got athletes in the high desert. If it's in all three sports, whatever sport it is, there's always, I run into somebody from the high desert that says, hey, I'm from the high desert. I know you're from Barstow, and here we are in the big leagues, or they're playing in the NBA basketball, or they're
Wow.
somewhere where they revert back to the high desert, which
Right.
I'm proud of, and I'm always,
Oh, yeah.
it's just great to see somebody come out of the high desert and do what they always wanted to do.
We're much more than desert rats, as
That's
people want to
exactly
say.
right. Yes.
Maybe for a last question here, if you weren't in professional baseball, what do you think you'd be doing?
Well, I've been asked that many times
Have you?
before. So this is my 29th season in the game. So
Boy.
just turning 50. So I've been in baseball my whole life.
Man.
But looking back, my mom and dad had an Italian restaurant in Barstow
Right.
for 11, 13 years. I can't remember, but it was quite a few years. And I always enjoyed being at that restaurant and cooking and being a waiter. And we grew up in the restaurant when I was
Sure.
in junior high school. So I always tell people, probably either if I wasn't in the game, I'd probably be today owning my own Italian restaurant. My mom loves to cook.
Cool.
My wife cooks Italian food, so we're Italian, half German. So I'd probably be in the restaurant business, serving some food.
That's
to
why you
people.
get along so well with Scioscia, right?
Yeah, he definitely loves Italian food. So,
That's for
I don't
certain.
know. I love the game. I've been in the game my whole life. So looking back, probably I would have been more interested in, if I wasn't in sports, maybe staying with the restaurant business.
Interesting.
24-year-old Amir Garrett emerges a surprise starter for Cincinnati. Amir Garrett, who was born in Victorville and played Little League ball in Barstow, one of 7 rookies to make Cincinnati's opening day roster. The 6'5", 228-pound southpaw will turn 25 May 3rd. Garrett is one of 7 rookies to make the Reds' 25-man roster. The Reds, the first team with that many rookies since the Diamondbacks 10 years ago. Garrett was drafted in 2011 in the 22nd round by the Reds. He posted a .255 ERA across both AA and AAA last season. He is listed as the Reds' second highest-rated prospect by Baseball America.